From Broke to Boardroom, Episode 5 The Mistakes That Almost Cost Me Everything. Everybody loves to talk about their wins, the promotions, the deals, the success, but let me flip it. What about the mistakes? The ones that made you sweat at night, the ones that almost cost you your reputation, your money, and your sanity. Here's the real mistakes, they're part of the climb. Nobody goes from broke to boardroom without tripping. The difference is some people let their mistakes define them, others, they use it as tuition. In this episode, I'm breaking down the mistakes that almost cost me everything and how those same mistakes ended up teaching me lessons that saved me later. If you're climbing right now, these are the potholes that you have to watch out for. Because success, it isn't just about what you do right, it's about how you recover when you do it wrong. Chapter 1, Money Moves Gone Wrong. When you make your first big money, it feels like freedom. But if you don't have a plan, it exposes every weakness that you've been hiding. I remember when I hit my first big check, high five figures in a single payout, and I thought I was set. Instead of setting up systems, I started spending, not just on myself, but on everybody around me, helping family, loaning money to friends, saying yes to everybody who needed a handout. Generosity, it's good, but without structure, it turns into chaos. Within a year, I was stressed, wondering where it all went. That's when I learned money doesn't fix bad habits, it magnifies them. Here's the lesson. When the money comes in, slow down. Don't rush to flex. Don't rush to play hero. Build systems first, saving investments, boundaries before you start writing checks. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself right back to where you started, only this time with a bigger fall. Chapter 2, Trusting the Wrong People. Another mistake here, trusting too quick. Early on, I wanted to believe that everybody was rooting for me. If someone smiled in my face, I assumed that they had my back. Wrong. Some people are only around to see what they can get from you. I parted with someone once on a project that looked promising. We didn't have contracts, just a handshake and excitement. Rookie mistake. When the money started flowing, so did the problems. They took more than their share, stopped communicating, and left me holding the bag when things went south. That mistake, it almost broke me financially. But more than that, it broke my trust in myself. I started questioning if I even had the judgment to lead. Here's the lesson. Trust is earned, not given. Put it on paper. Protect yourself, legally and financially, even with the people that you think are friends. Because the wrong partnership can set you back years. Chapter 3, The Burnout Trap. Here's one that doesn't get talked about enough, burnout. When you're broke, you're used to grinding nonstop. So when opportunities come, you keep that same pace. You're working 14-hour days, answering emails at midnight, saying yes to every request. And at first, it feels like it's hustle. Then it starts feeling like exhaustion. I burned out once so bad that I almost quit a role that could have changed my entire life. Not because I couldn't handle the work, but because I refused to rest. I equated rest with laziness, and that mindset, it almost cost me everything that I'd worked for. Here's a lesson. Hustle gets you in the door, but sustainability keeps you in the room. You've got to protect your energy like you protect your money, because if you burn out, all the opportunities in the world, they won't matter, and you won't have the capacity to take them. Chapter 4, The Recovery. The common thread in all these mistakes is money, people, and burnout, is that I was moving too fast without enough structure. But here's what I realized. Mistakes, they don't make you a failure, they make you human. And if you own them, they can make you wiser. What saved me was humility. I started asking for help from my mentors, from financial advisors, from peers who had been there before. And I started putting systems in place, budgets, contracts, schedules. I slowed down enough to build a foundation that could handle the weight of success. And over time, those same mistakes, they became my advantage. Because when I walked into future deals, I wasn't naive anymore. When I built future partnerships, I had guardrails. When I led teams, I could tell them not just how to win, but how not to lose. In closing, so here's the message. Mistakes are inevitable. What matters is whether you pay attention to the lesson. Almost blew money, trust, and opportunities. But those failures, they shaped me. They gave me wisdom that you can't buy. They taught me that credibility, wealth, and leadership, they aren't about just being perfect, but they're about being resilient. If you're climbing right now, expect a trip. Don't beat yourself up. Don't trip over the same rock twice. Because the truth is, mistakes don't end the journey, they prepare you for the boardroom. Listen, if this episode hit home, subscribe, drop a comment about mistakes that you learned from, and share this with somebody grinding through their own lessons right now. Your mistakes might just be the tuition for your success. Until next time.